killing James and Denise Kloss and kidnapping Jamie Kloss in court today.
Jake Patterson made his initial court appearance this afternoon, where he was charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, 1 count of kidnapping, and 1 count of armed burglary. According to the criminal complaint, Patterson worked at a cheese factory, and one morning before he went to work, he stopped behind a school bus where he saw Jamie get off the bus. He said he didn't know who she was, but at that moment he decided she was the one he was going to kidnap. A $5 million bond has been set for Patterson.
And that initial court appearance this afternoon came just hours after the criminal complaint was released.
That complaint included many disturbing details surrounding what happened. We have team coverage of the case with Jamie Perez, Kelly Arthur, and Amanda Quintana, and we'll begin tonight with Jamie.
In a criminal complaint releasing details about Jamie Kloss's kidnapping, Jake Thomas Patterson admitted to gruesome details about his plan. Details saying when he first saw Jamie getting off a school bus, he had no idea who she was, but knew she was the one he was going to take. He also stated how he used a 12-gauge shotgun to inflict the most damage and how he was planning to kill anyone in the house so he could take Jamie. Jamie Kloss revealed to detectives in the complaint how she heard her father get shot before Patterson found her and her mom hiding in the bathroom, how she was kept under his bed barricaded for up to 12 hours at a time, threatening her if she tried to leave. She told police how he hit her on the back when he thought she had tried to escape. Patterson admitted to killing Jamie's parents and kidnapping her. The 2 counts of homicide both entail being in prison for life. The kidnapping charge comes with a $100,000 fine and or 40 years. The count for armed robbery comes with $50,000 fine and 15 years in prison.
I'm going to specifically order Mr. Patterson that you may not possess any firearms. You may not have contact with Jamie Kloss.
Patterson's bail is set at $5 million cash, which the district attorney says is appropriate given the nature of this case.
Kept a shotgun shell inside of his house for 2 weeks in case the police came. He remained in hiding after abducting Jamie for 88 days before he was apprehended. Your Honor, all of this indicates the defendant is a flight risk, a danger to the public, and he is unlikely to further return for further court proceedings without an exceedingly high cash bail.
There's a lot to take in from the criminal complaint, but still many questions that we all have and are still waiting for answers on. The full criminal complaint can be found on our website. There are many details that we were not able to include in this on-air report that you can find at channel3000.com. This is also still a very active investigation going on, so more details to come as they are made available.
Thank you, Jamie.
News 3 has had a crew in Barron County since Jamie's safe return.
Our Kelly Arthur is live at the Barron County Courthouse, where the district attorney's office answered questions after Patterson's appearance today. Kelly?
That's right. Barron County District Attorney Brian Wright speaking behind me at that podium, saying a conviction in this case is extremely important given the circumstances and attention it's getting. He says he and his prosecution team are seeking justice for James and Denise Kloss and, of course, Jamie herself. He said Patterson hasn't signed a confession, but Wright did say Patterson is giving a lot of information regarding the case, and considering the relatively happy outcome, Wright used the opportunity to commend Jamie.
We are seeking justice. We have 2 parents of a 13-year-old who are deceased. We have a 13-year-old who was abducted for 88 days against her will forcibly. It doesn't get any more serious than that. And I assure you that these prosecutors here, all of us, want justice for both James and Denise and for Jamie.
Jamie's family was inside the courtroom. They didn't comment after court adjourned. Wright was asked if Jamie herself will testify if Patterson goes to trial. That remains unclear. And I also want to talk about the potential of additional charges. It's important to remember that Jamie was held captive in Douglas County. That's separate from Barron. And depending on what authorities find out happened to Jamie when she was inside Patterson's home, there could be additional charges. Something we'll certainly be following. Back to you.
Kelly Arthur reporting live. Kelly, thank you.
And we're also learning more about the plans that Patterson made to abduct Jamie and the randomness in which he chose her as a victim.
A kidnapping by a stranger is very rare. Our Amanda Quintana spoke to a psychologist about what might have been going through Patterson's head. Amanda?
Yes, well, these stranger abductions, known as stereotypical kidnappings, make up less than 1% of missing children cases. Now, most are taken by someone they know, a family member or at least an acquaintance. But Leanna Burke, a clinical associate professor in UW-Madison's psychology department, says in many of these stranger abductions, the kidnapper is acting on a thought or a fantasy they've developed in their head, but it's not necessarily focused on a particular victim. We now know Patterson didn't even know Jamie's name, but chose her as his target when he saw her get off the school bus.
Seems like a lot of these are crimes of opportunity, that somebody was available, you know, that they were in that place in that particular time. And that made the perpetrator feel that success was likely.
Obviously, this way of thinking and behavior by Patterson is different from most people, but Burke says that doesn't mean he has a diagnosable mental health condition. He could, but if so, Burke says it wouldn't have much influence on this type of criminal behavior. We will hear more from Burke at 6 o'clock, including why she says it's important for parents to remember how rare this type of crime really is, and really there's a very low chance that your child is becoming a target on their way from school.
All right, Amanda, keep down in our newsroom. Amanda, thank you.
Thank you.